unbelievably is the call center space. I mean, these things are now manufacturing lines. So it comes as a hard challenge as to how does one call center from the next stand out? JFDI startup Callfly offers a marketplace for on-demand virtual call center staff. All the way from the Philippines, here is Mark with Callfly.
Thank you, Scott. Have you ever done a job that you love but been forced to give it up? That's what exactly happened to Diane. Diane is a call center agent in which her job is to make and take phone calls on behalf of companies. She's a great communicator, and she makes customers feel comfortable and connected over the phone. Earlier this year, she got pregnant, and unfortunately, she needed to quit her job. It's not just safe for her anymore to travel across a traditional call center company, which required her to have 2 hours of commute in the middle of the night. Now, thousands of miles away, here's Joel, an e-commerce business owner from Australia. His online business is booming recently, but he just had one concern. His customers from different time zones want to talk to him 24 hours a day. Now, what are his options? First is, he could staff his own call center operation in his small office, but he figured out that would be too costly. He could outsource the work to a traditional call center in the Philippines, but then the call center company required him to pay at least $1,000 of initial deposit with 10 simultaneous call center agents, and it's way far beyond what Joel needs at the moment. On top of that, it's a 2 to 4 weeks setup time that he needed to wait, and it's very frustrating for him because he needs to start a voice customer support for him not to lose these customers, but the traditional methods are very expensive, so tedious, very time-consuming. But what if I tell you that Joel and thousands of people like him can build and operate their own call center easily and with just $100 initial deposit? And yes, that's what we do in Callfly. Callfly is an on-demand virtual contact center marketplace which connects businesses and experienced home-based call center agents. It is an open platform just like Odesk, but with a built-in call center system. We give businesses a super cost-effective and the fastest way in setting up their call center needs by giving them the power to immediately hire call center agents from the pool of experienced talents from all over the world. How does it work? Well, for Joel, he posted his customer support campaign in the marketplace, pay $100 initial deposit, search for the right skills of call center agents. Fortunately, he found Diane. He then interviewed Diane by just a click of a button. Now listen to this. Because of Diane's experience and expertise, step by step, she helps Joel understand on how the calls are likely to flow. She also helps Joel make the script to help him get started easily and painlessly. Another best thing is, Joel only pays for what he needs. Whenever the call volume changes, he can easily ramp up and ramp down the number of agents. It is also a best setup for Diane. Just like every other Callfly agent, he can work at home at a very flexible time. Now, we got our first agent sign up on the 15th of April, and I just checked this morning, we already have 500 agents that's ready to work with us. On the other side, we got our first business job posting on last week of April, and right now we have 5 businesses with $1,020 of revenue in just 3 months. We also have 3 call center companies that committed on getting home-based call center agents from us on their next accounts. Now, to maintain the quality of our agents, we place feedback and rating system on their profiles. We also require them to upload their sample voice recordings. The contact center outsourcing industry generated $66 billion last year. 10% and 24% of this are from tiny and small to medium enterprises. This is an $18 billion market segment that even our closest competitor, which are LiveOps and Arise, don't service. Why? Because they only cater Fortune 500 companies from the US and Canada. And yes, the time is now. Because in 2015, almost 4 million call center agents will be using cloud-based systems, and enterprises want 41% of these to be work-at-home agents. That, my friend, is a big problem / big market opportunity for us. Now, because Callfly is an open platform, call center agent hourly rate is being done via bidding. And the average rate is $2.5. On top of that, Callfly charges businesses $1.5 per hour per agent for the usage of our cloud call center system. If you add that, that's a flat $4 per hour per agent. That's 50%, almost 50% lower than a traditional call center in the Philippines. And that's it. They only pay as they go, they only pay as they grow. I'm a co-founder of Vince Lurimia. I used to work with him for 6 years, for several projects before. He owns a small call center in the Philippines before. But guess what? He quit the operations. Why? Because he himself experienced the same pain points I was talking about. I myself, I was already a call center system developer since day one of my first job. I was also an IT manager in a 600-seater call center in Cebu, Philippines. We know the ins and outs of call center operations and call center systems. We are the right team to do this. Together with our few developers and designers, helping us on our technical and business side are our mentors from respected companies such as Amazon, Maxis Communications, and SoftLayer. Now, over the next 18 to 24 months, we're targeting to have 2,000 call center agents. That's a very small numbers. 2,000 call center agents doing at least 7 hours of work. Let's do the math. That's 2,000 times 7 hours times 1.5. That's $21,000 of revenue on a daily basis. By the way, that's just one of our revenue streams. We will also be catering local-speaking call center agents on countries such as Korea, Malaysia, China, and to Spanish-speaking countries. Also, we will be a full-blown contact center platform, which means that your single contact center agent will not just be able to handle calls, but also email, chat support, SMS, fax, and even video. This is a very big market, but we also know this is a very big vision. That is why we need your help. We are raising funds to fully expand our team of developers, engineers, sales, and support, and to reach the initial countries that we're targeting. We need investors that share the same interest and passion and the vision that we're working on. If you believe that that is you, join with us. We will be disrupting $1 billion industry. We hope to talk to you in a while. Thank you so much. Have a great night, everyone.
Mark from Callfly. Fantastic, a marketplace for on-demand virtual call center staff. Actually means we can all have our own call center, take calls for you. That's fantastic. For those eBay power sellers amongst us, we can offload all of our customer service, giving you time to do more sales stuff. One of those sales activities might be what's up next. JFDI startup StoryRoll makes it extremely easy for e-commerce businesses to create emotionally charged micro videos. All the way from Lithuania. Let's give a wild welcome from Martinez and StoryRoll.
Thank you. My friend Anna, she's a dress stylist, and she sells her dresses online. Now the photos she's got there, they look great, but what she wants to show is how her dresses move, how the light changes the look. Jay Lee only wants to sell his son's old violin. Now the photos help him, but again, there's no movement, no sense of sound. And Michelle breeds rabbits for sale as pets. As soon as kids see them playing, they're sold. But the pictures don't capture that. What all these people need is the way to tease their potential customers by sharing the emotion in what they want to sell. Not what it is, but how it feels. And the video is perfect for that, because moving pictures can move people's emotions, and that's what opens their wallets. Now, we spoke to 60 people, and 80% of them said they understand and love the impact of video, but they don't feel confident to create one. And they had the same stories like Anna, who tried and failed. She filmed 10 minutes footage of her friend wearing one of her dresses. Then she used an editing software to cut and stitch it back together. Then she had to put the soundtrack, upload to YouTube, get the right links, share it on the marketplace, get it to show in the right way. Hours and hours of frustration. And when she managed that, just 3 days later, YouTube kills it for the copyright infringement, leaving this ugly black hole watching at her clients from her ads. StoryRoll eliminates all these pains in just 3 simple steps: shoot, style, and share. That's it. In just 5 clicks, Anna was able to create a perfect teaser, styled, structured by our storyboard, styled with music, and shared on instant on eBay. Now this is what the end user sees. Just 1 click, and it unwraps like a gift, a little package of emotion. Now we spend significant part of our time at JFDI truly understanding what the sellers need. And while some parts of the puzzle were pretty straightforward, but this one was really important to get, to figure how to help ordinary people to tell their stories effortlessly and effectively. We went through 4 different versions of our product, and we tested it on 30 potential customers. And what you see here is our logo, and it's live now on Google Play. We also reached out to marketplaces like eBay and Vinted, and the feedback from them is that they really like our product. They like that it's super simple, but it's also specifically designed for their customers to create emotionally charged teasers that help them sell. It's not a complicated, multi-purpose video editing tool with a steep learning curve. And it's not restricting its users to a closed environment like Vine or Instagram. Our market is SMEs and independent sellers who we can reach easily and directly on these sites. We don't need a formal partnership to do that. We are still experimenting with our business model. And the simplest way to gain traction, stickiness, and virality seems to just give out a number of free movies to create for our users, and then to start charging them after this. But for the future, we also have a number of premium features in mind, so a tiered freemium model is also possible. But we'll have to test this to get this right. Our team has been working together for 10 years, and by now, we have all these skills necessary to build this product. And this is not our first startup. Our previous startup went viral and reached 1 million users, that's 1/3 of our country, in just 3 months. But it took us 6 months to build it, test it, and prepare for the big success. And now, we want to repeat and exceed this success with StoryRoll. And for this, our next steps will be to create tools to help sellers sell specific categories of goods, and also make it seamless across every marketplace online. So we have the skills and knowledge in tech and field areas, but to get this product scale as quickly as possible, we need your help. We're looking for seed investors with networks across global markets, with knowledge of psychology or online commerce, especially in Asia, and also multicultural communication. We are the 4 hairy Angmos, but we don't bite, so please come and talk to us. Thank you.
Martinez from Storyroll, awesome work. Bringing micro video to e-commerce. Now, selling is a part of life, but it starts in a very high anxious way for a lot of people. Do you remember when you had to sell yourself when you first started your career? Selling yourself for your very first job. JFDI startup Glints helps young people stand out and shine to make their first move into the workforce. From right here in Singapore, I give you Oswald from Glints.
Great evening, everyone. Thank you for being here today. I'm sure all of you have a son, daughter, or you know someone who is a college graduate, just like my sister, Mabel. She just graduated from NUS with fantastic grades recently, and she was so excited and ready to take on the world. But months later, all of her ambitions were crushed by reality, because all of the jobs that she really wanted rejected her for the same reason. Sorry, Mabel, you don't have the right skills. Now imagine if you're Mabel's parents and she come home one day and told you that this was what she got rejected for. How would you feel? You just spent hundreds of thousands of dollars investing in her education, and she studied so hard for 4 years. What do they mean that she's not ready? Take a look at her blank LinkedIn profile and you will understand why. All of you have accomplished so much to be here today. But how much of your success is because of what you read from textbooks or what you heard in lecture rooms? Not so much, right? True stars shine because they have been polished by real-world experiences, the kind of things that you just can't read from a textbook. That is why Mabel is not alone. 36% of all college graduates show no improvement at all in their career skills, even after 4 years of expensive higher education. This is a big problem. Graduates find it so difficult to take the leap from school to career. They are thrown from school into the real world unprepared, because employers are looking to hire career-ready youths and not just exam-trained students. That is why higher education is finally changing. Massive open online courses such as Udacity, Coursera, and edX are taking on academics component. Glints is here to tackle the career development portion. So what is Glints? We are a career preparation platform targeted at youths. You can think of us as a LinkedIn for young people. Just like LinkedIn, we're extremely profile-centric so that they can show off their skills and experiences to their employers. Unlike LinkedIn, however, we also provide them with youth-targeted opportunities such as internships and online challenges for them to accumulate badges on their profile so that it wouldn't be empty. Now let's go back to Mabel's story and have Glints give her a second chance. With Glints, she can go through internships and online challenges and build her career readiness with badges and all.